When it comes to displaying a recipe catalog, we are going to have almost the same exact view as this one. However, this one means we are displaying recipes of a specific category. So that's why we are right now inside the category show. What I'm trying to say in different words, we are going to duplicate this view and have it as all recipes. So as a start, I would like to go ahead to my routes. So we have this route defined in the previous lessons. However, as an action, it does not exist. So let me just go ahead and create a new function called index. And here we are going to just handle the way we are doing everything else. So nothing fancy here. I'm just going to go to my category controller. I'm going to just have the same exact behavior so we can just go ahead and enhance it. And let me just grab actually the search and dependency injection of the request, and that's it from the right side. Here we don't have to just create a specific category. We're going to display all recipes in all categories. And at the same time, I have to have a view. So I will return a view called recipes index, and I'm going to pass the recipes as a variable to it. Now here I would like to search with more columns actually. So let's just search for excerpt, notes, and as well as instructions, description. So now with this, we are here handling the search. Here we are paginating, and here we are just simply going to pass the query string just in case I'm going to use this one in a second. Right now we don't have anything other than the page itself as a query param, but I'm going to implement the featured in a second. We don't have this as a view, so I'm going to go ahead and create this one. And as usual, we are going to just copy for now what we have inside the category show, because again, it's almost exactly the same. So what I would like to change here is this is going to be the recipes catalog, and I would like to copy this as a title to here. And with this, everything is actually done, nothing to change much except this one. So this is actually going to be the recipes index, and I don't need to have to pass any parameter. Again, if you wish, in such cases, you can have the URL, and this is going to be the current URL. So you can do this if you wish. It's going to be exactly the same behavior. And believe it or not, this is with our view, nothing fancy so far. So let me just go ahead and give it a try. So if I had to go to the recipes catalog, we did not pass the flags. So let me pass the flags. I will get back, and here we should pass the flags, which is going to be the recipe flags as constant. And here we have it. Okay, now let me get back and refresh. So as you can see, right now we have an index of recipes, and those are every recipe we have in our website. I'm displaying paginated by 10, so we have like 9 pages. If I to check out the searching mechanism, if it's working or not, so let me just try it vel, and we have the search working just fine. I can clear the search, everything is working just fine. However, if you to get back to the categories, one final thing to do here is we have one more view called browsing featured recipes only. So imagine a way where we are displaying all the recipes, however, only the featured ones. So let me just go to my categories index view where that button is located. So categories index, and here we have the featured recipes. So in order to browse the featured recipes, I'm just going to open a new route, and simply I will go to the recipes index, and here I would like to pass one more parameter, featured equal true or equal 1. With this, I can just grab this out of my request very easily, as you know. So let me get back to my controller. So let me then dump here the request with all inputs inside it so we can see it. So if I to refresh again, right now this button goes to a link. If I to click it, now we have featured equal to 1, which means I can just have an advantage of this featured flag and I can just use it, right? So you know about the win function, but here I'm going to just show you guys one more way to do it. So I will just grab those and I will end my query here. It's not going to be fired because we don't have first or get. However, I would like to have here one condition. So if the request has a featured, and at the same time it is like featured, you know, it's like 1, then I will go ahead and have the recipes as a query builder to have only featured recipes. So in simple words, it's where not null. We're not on the featured that. So this means I'm grabbing only the featured recipes, only if we have this as a flag. Otherwise, I'm continuing like usual. So I just have to one more time have this variable to assign to the old one so I can append to it. And now that's it. One way to do it using when, and this is like the second way to do it if you wish. And with this, we are simply right now retrieving only featured recipes if we have this flag. So let me just get back and refresh. And indeed, all the recipes that I have in front of me are featured. So this is just a simple way to do such things, but I would like to enhance it just a little bit. So what if I just want to get back to displaying all the recipes and simply, I don't want to like click here. Let me just give the user some user experience where they are viewing only featured recipes and maybe have like a button here where I can clear this out or view all the recipes. I would like to start with the title itself. Let's have a wording of collection of recipes. And just before this recipes, I would like to write here featured recipes if we are displaying the featured only. So let me just have one if statement, and here we can just check if the request has featured or even the input itself. If it's immediately like a truthy value, then I can just have a span with text warning perhaps. I'm going to write here featured. Maybe you can have to the right side one item. So let me just grab all of those actually. And let me just have one div and give the class to it. And then we can have here one more item next to it, so they are spaced between, which would be like if the request has the featured, we can do it the same exact way here, like this or like this. Let me actually use this one here above as well. If it has the featured, then which means I can simply just go ahead and display a route, and this is going to be like a view all or back to all recipes. So here we are not going to do much. We're just going to go to the route, which is the current route actually, which is just recipes index. And here we can just provide the end user with a way so they can just get back to normal recipes. And I made a mistake here. I didn't close the single quote. So let me just close it really quickly. And I'll get back to it. Okay. And it's working just fine. So right now I'm displaying a collection of featured recipes and I can just view all, which means I will just get back to normal ones. So if we go back again to categories and then view featured categories only, we are displaying again featured categories only. So now let us just test the ability of having search with pagination, and at the same time we should just have the featured working just fine. So right now I would like to search for, I don't know, like ut. However, I would like to search it inside the featured recipes. If I to click right now, search, unfortunately, the featured went away, which is normal, right? We didn't have it as an input. So let me just go ahead to my view here, and specifically inside this form, I can just have one more hidden input, and this is going to be named as featured, and simply the value of it is going to be from my request. So if my request has featured, then it has to be implemented, otherwise it won't. So let me just give it a type of hidden because I don't want it to be displayed. And simply we can just go ahead and refresh. So I will go to categories, browse featured recipes, and now we should have it here hidden somewhere, right? We should have this button hidden and the value of it is 1. So if I to search for ut and then search, simply we persisted the featured, and right now we are searching for Q. Now the final test would be to have a pagination working just fine. And you guys to take a look at the bottom left corner, everything should work just fine. I will get back to the second page, and as you can see, I persisted the search, the featured, and everything. One teeny tiny thing I would maybe like to do, just simply if I to write anything, if I to search here, I would like to display that view all again. So I will just go ahead, not display it only here, I will just display the view all again. So since we have it, I just have to do one teeny tiny thing, which is simply here. I would like to say if you have the Q param, or if you have the featured as query param. With as simple as that, we are right now having this link. I hope you enjoyed this one, because next we are going to talk about Laravel Folio.